All right, let's jump right in. In this explainer, we're basically handing you the blueprints to become an architect of language itself. We're going to master the fundamentals of syntax, the parts of speech.
Have you ever just stopped for a second and wondered, how do sentences actually get built? How do we take this random jumble of words and somehow turn them into a coherent, meaningful idea? Well, it's not magic, not at all. It all comes down to a blueprint. And that blueprint, that's what we call the parts of speech.
Okay, so let's get into it. It's time to put on your hard hat because we're about to become the architect of your words. So, what are we really talking about here? When you strip it all down, the parts of speech are just the basic categories we put words into based on their function, their specific job, in any given sentence. This is our foundation.
Now, here's where we need to kind of shift our thinking. I want you to forget about those boring grammar classes where you had to memorize a list of rules. Instead, start seeing these as a powerful set of tools you can use to build anything you can imagine with language. Every great structure needs a rock-solid foundation, and in the world of sentences, that foundation is built with two absolutely essential materials: nouns and verbs. First up, we've got nouns. A noun is simply a word that names something, a person, a place, or a thing. Just think of it as the what of your sentence. Words like cat, book, or girl, they give us something concrete to talk about. Right, so if the noun is our what, then the verb has to be the do. A verb is all about action, or a state of being. It's the engine that really makes the sentence go. Words like run, write, or even something simple like be or feel. And boom, that's it. That's the magic. With just one noun and one verb, we have a complete thought. The dog runs. It's simple, sure, but it's clear. We've got our subject, the dog, and we've got our action, runs. The foundation is officially laid. But let's be real, that's a pretty plain-looking building. It's time to add some detail, some personality. For that, we turn to the words that add color, adjectives, and adverbs. Adjectives are basically our paint and wallpaper. They're words that modify or add description directly to our nouns. They answer questions like what kind or which one to make our subject way more specific. So let's apply that to our sentence and see what happens. We add an adjective to our noun, and the dog runs becomes the big dog runs. See that? Instantly, the picture in your head gets just a little bit clearer. Next up, we've got adverbs. Now, these are the words that modify our verbs. They tell us how, when, or where an action happens. And a little pro tip, they often, but not always, have that telltale ly ending. Let's add this next layer of detail to our blueprint. We take the big dog runs, and now we describe the action itself. The big dog runs quickly. Now we don't just know about the dog, we know how it's running. Our sentence is getting more descriptive, which is great, but it's still kind of isolated. To create more complex, more interesting structures, we need words that build bridges, prepositions and conjunctions. Prepositions are fantastic little words. They express a relationship between a noun and another part of the sentence, usually showing location, time, or direction. Think on, in, after, or across. And here's how they work. It's actually pretty cool. You start with the preposition itself, like across, then you add its object, which is just another noun, like the field. And just like that, you've built a whole little unit, a prepositional phrase, across the field. Now, let's plug that right into our blueprint. The big dog runs quickly across the field. Our sentence now has location and context. It's a much richer picture than where we started, right? Okay, our final bridge-building tool, the conjunction. These are the ultimate connectors. They link words, phrases, or even entire sentences together, letting you build these huge, sprawling architectural wonders with your words. And a super helpful way to remember the most common ones is the acronym FANBOYS. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are the gateways that let you connect one idea seamlessly to the next. All right, we've got almost all our tools out on the table, so let's put it all together, add one final piece for efficiency, and then take a look at our final blueprint. And that final piece is the pronoun. Pronouns are fantastic shortcuts. They represent a noun so you can avoid repeating yourself over and over. Instead of saying, the dog runs because the dog is fast, you can just say, the dog runs because it is fast. So much smoother. And here it is, our complete toolkit. This table lays out every tool we used, its specific job, and the role it played in our sentence. We started with a noun and verb, dog and runs. We added color with an adjective, big, and an adverb, quickly. And we built a bridge with a preposition, across. It's all there, our finished blueprint.
So remember, you are the architect. These aren't just grammar rules to be memorized. They are your tools. And the only question left is this. Now that you have the blueprint, what are you going to build?